Hello, welcome back to Herald Hearth. My name's Auntie A. This morning I'm settling in. I haven't even opened my curtains yet. I went to, and then I kind of felt that this message needed to have them closed. Yeah, they needed to have the windows closed. It is daytime, even though it doesn't really look like it. It's daytime, though it doesn't really look like it. I have a message here channeled in last night, and I'm going to start with that. This message was one from Divine Source Wisdom. Please settle in with your own discernment. You are who you are. You are no higher or lower than another. For the final resting place of your ancestors lies within you, as theirs do within them. You don't need to wait for an external okay. Do it goddamn anyway. For 1,000 years of learning has been coded and written in your DNA. Take these words and see. Do you see? Do you see me? Pour into yourself until you overflow. And then we have floodplains, deltas, cracking earth, crack open. You're softening. There's something about allowing space for some free form right now. There's something about keeping the curtains drawn, but not out of fear, not out of a worry of the external world, but a consideration for your own self, a consideration of allowing yourself space and time to be a beginner. Interesting. Okay, I'm being led to some cards. I believe we're going to start. Let's see here. I'm going to start here. I wasn't sure if we were going to use cards this morning, so thank you for your patience while I get everything I need prepared in front of me. This deck is called The Witch's Wisdom Tarot by Phyllis Curott and Danielle Barlow, who did the art for this. It almost feels like how it used to feel when I would do warm-ups, vocal warm-ups before a performance. Maybe you're in the process of tuning up something. Okay, I'm hearing let's start flipping. You got it, Source. Let's start flipping. What's going on here? Is it this one? No. Okay. All right. Cool. I'm just taking our sweet time today. I've got my my coffee off to the side, and I'm hoping to not let it get too cold today. I got a little overexcited in my reading yesterday, and I let my coffee get cold, and that's okay. Today, I feel like I might need the energy, so yeah, you're definitely preparing for something. I think you're aware of it. I'm not certain you're doing all of the preparation consciously, but I do think you're consciously aware of it. You're preparing for something. Oh, there it is. I see it. Thank you. Okay, we're going to start here. Take things slow today. Ooh, the Four of Air. This reminds me of the Four of Wands. Definitely. Even though I know in this deck it's not. But those four staves. Oh, hold on. Let me move the light just a little bit so you can get a better sense. There we are. Four of air. And for those of you who can see, there is a bald eagle hanging up in that tree. I don't normally hold this here for so long, but I feel like maybe somebody really wants to look at it. Okay. All right, let me take a look here. I think perhaps this energy is one of kind of being called back to roost for a moment. Yeah, you've been testing out your new wings, is what I'm thinking. And in testing out your new wings, you're kind of being brought back to roost just for a moment, just to kind of let yourself get used to the feeling of flying, to get used to what it feels like to be this version of you. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I picked it up out of the book and it's literally on the right page. Okay, love that, Spirit. I love how this is moving. Yeah, refuge, a withdrawal from struggle and conflict, rest, self-care, and renewal. It's time to come home to yourself without any disguises, to look within and see yourself with self-love. Give time and space to revisit your memories and reflect on your choices, to know and accept yourself, to nourish and protect what needs care. Welcome yourself home. From this place of safety and rest, you can decide where to go, what to do, and what to create next. Even the most powerful and honored bird of prey needs a place to rest. Wonderful. Sanctuary. What a fantastic way to start this off. Let me turn this for you so we can begin here. There we are. Wonderful. Yeah, there's definitely this sense of being brought back into who you are. I'm returning to this channel here. You are no higher or lower than any other. So when you think about how you're soaring, how you're learning to soar, you're being reminded, I'm being reminded, we're all being reminded, if we're here, that that does not make you higher or lower than another person. For the final resting place of your ancestors lies within you, as theirs do within them. You are the wildest dreams of your ancestors, but they are the wildest dreams of their ancestors. You can walk with respect for your ancestors, but it only does so much if you only respect your ancestors. And I feel like you know that on a level. You understand that you can't just work with your own ancestors without respecting the ancestors of others. I feel like there's a lot of patience today. We've had some energetic readings these past few days, and today very much feels like come back, come roost, come rest. This one? Yes, okay. Oh. Healing. Wow, what a wonderful energy. This reminds me of the old Fantasia cartoons, specifically the parts with the small frost fairies that flit about and they sprinkle their magic across the leaves and hoarfrost is created. And it's almost like, oh, interesting. It's almost like Spirit is doing that to you in this moment. Interesting. It might feel like a block, but it's actually healing. You're actually being encased in this preservation, so that you have space for healing. You have protection for this healing process. Sorry, oh man, I showed you that first card right away. I'm just so taken in by this card. It's so beautiful. Look at that. Healing. And we also have this circle, and I feel like this is you in the center, this beautiful little star, this divine light, this point. But then we also have these figures dancing and circling it. I'm hearing ancestors, angels, guides, guardians, but ancestors especially, passed on ancestors in particular. And I feel like they are surrounding you with this protection, this soothing, healing, beautiful, fractalizing energy. Beautiful. Let's put that right there. One more from this deck, Spirit. Okay. Spirit is wanting us to see something. And I say us because, okay. If you're looking at the screen, you might have noticed what just happened. My candle just went out. Okay, interesting. I'm not going to pause the video yet because I feel like that is a message in itself. I feel like you got to see what's burning out, what's done, what no longer has any life or vitality for you. Interesting. I'm just sitting with it for a moment. Oh, interesting. I'm almost getting I just heard turn out the lights. Oh, that comes back to this energy I felt as I was preparing for this reading, which was don't open the blinds. Just keep these here. Spirit, do you want me to leave this here? Yes. Okay. Normally I think I would replace this. I sometimes have them off camera. But we're actually not going to. We're going to let what falls away. We're going to let what burn out. And we are resting in safety as that happens, to nourish ourselves, to keep ourselves from burning out, to let ourselves see a little bit more. There it is. This deck doesn't often flip like some of the smaller decks do. It's a bit more of a gentle energy. What do we got here? Ooh, interesting. Okay. I don't feel like I'm supposed to say that. The Four of Earth. Interesting. So we have kind of this barren landscape here where we have these tall trees. We have proof that something can grow, but we don't really see a lot of new growth. It's like you're standing on the shoulders of your ancestors looking out. And I don't mean that in like a derogatory way. I mean like they have come to a certain point and brought you to this certain point, and so you are looking out from where you are now. Looking out, seeing the world, seeing where there is space for new growth, and your ancestors are almost putting you in stasis so things can grow, so things can heal, so the land can heal. And then we have this beautiful Four of Earth, alive, vibrant, verdant. Excuse me, pardon me, let me grab Sip of my drink. All right. We've got the honeybee. One who taps their resources in the place around them to create honey and propolis. I'm definitely feeling I should read this one. Definitely. There's something in here. Where is it? Yeah, this is all about stable grounding. This is all about you have been learning to fly with your own new wings. You've been learning to fly with your own new wings, and Spirit is teaching you how to ground, how to land on sacred ground, how to be stable and balance. Because we cannot simply be connected from the top up, in the sense of, if you look at the 7 core chakras, so the core energy points along the spine, you can't only be connected on the top half of that. Imagine just a string kind of carrying a limp puppet and just kind of bounces around willy-nilly and flops around. You need to be grounded. And so Spirit is teaching you in this moment, hey, it's okay to come back. It's okay to close the world out for a time, not permanently, but for a little time, is, following your spirit, following your need. Understanding where you are in your body in your current space and time. Grounding isn't just about coming back to the earth, it's about coming back to yourself, your spirit, your source. Coming back to that core point of spirit within you. That spark of divinity and divine wisdom. I'm going to read this section here. Where are you on Earth? Unless you're in the International Space Station. Where are you on Earth? Where are you anchored? How do you create a sense of grounding and connection with nature, with divinity? You need a place of power, a place to cultivate a relationship with land willing to work with you. That's an important point, willing to work with you. Where you can receive healing energy, strength. Oh, interesting. Where you can receive healing, energy, and strength and learn to give them back. Reciprocity. We have 448, 88. Again, we have that symbol of infinity over a symbol of infinity, creating a clover leaf. That's come up before. You have to have a spot, a place of power. Maybe you've been looking for a place. Maybe you've been seeking out a place. Oh, interesting. We're getting channels coming through now. Okay, coming through now. Hold on. Let me grab some cards here and so I can catch divine spark. Okay. Maybe you have been looking for a place to live. Maybe you have been seeking some kind of place of refuge and power. Maybe you're in it right now. And congratulations if you are, because I feel like you've worked really hard for this. But there's a sense of learning where your place is, finding a place where the land wants to work with you, where you respect the ancestors and the spirits of that land, you respect yourself, you respect your own ancestors. Cut the deck, the sun again. Beautiful. Yeah, the fog is clearing. There's been a serious fog over everything for, let me see here, thinking back, Saturn has been in retrograde for 5 months, which always creates a sense of kind of hitting a brick wall a little bit. Oh, you guys, the world and the floor. Yeah, you're arriving in a new place. Okay, hold on. I'm not even gonna, I gotta get this all out. Slow down just a little bit for me, Spirit, so I can get all this out. I wanna steward this message as good as I can. Growth can feel chaotic and overwhelming sometimes. But that's how growth happens. And maybe that's why you're kind of being brought back to this center and kind of shielded, I guess is the word I'm hearing. Shielded with this hoarfrost, H-O-A-R, hoarfrost. And if you're from anywhere that gets a good amount of snow, you have seen hoarfrost before. It's that thick, icy frost that grows on trees and plants, especially when it's foggy out. Oh, that's what it was. Fog. Okay, yeah, there's been a fog. See what I mean? There's been a fog over your life for 5 months and for 14 years. And there has been a fog. It's like these trees have reached up about as far as they're gonna go. And I'm almost seeing these trees as like your ancestors, which is really interesting because I feel like they grew as far as they were able. And now that it's your turn, they're giving you a perch and a safe place to land and to heal. Oh, they are giving you a sanctuary. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful sensation. Wow, I feel like it's going to be such a surprise, like such a welcome surprise. Ooh, that was such a beautiful, expansive energy. Yeah. You're not letting little things like candles going out and the things that you look to externally for validation, you're not letting that interfere with your sanctuary anymore. And the sanctuary, I feel like in some ways and for some people is very physical, but ultimately for anyone listening, I feel like this has to start within yourself. This has to start within your soul and your spirit and your breath. Breathe. Always return to your breath. That will always be a sanctuary for you. Okay? But I don't feel like this message is about only internal sanctuary, because there was that intense feeling of turn the lights out, close the windows, close the blinds, turn your lamps on, and even talk quietly. I felt like as I was starting, talk quietly. And now, see, remember I said this reminded me of the Four of Wands? Do you see why? 11:11. We have the world. Encirclement. You're being circled by all of these beings. See? Same visuals. Oh, I'm actually going to pull those out because I feel like that's just so perfect. Yeah. Ooh. It's almost like I just got a sound in my head of like being put into cryostasis, like in a sci-fi movie. Oh, okay, interesting. I'm going to come to this in a second. It's like being put in cryostasis for a transitionary journey that is like happening outside of time. I know that sounds very strange, but I just saw 24:44 on the clock as I said that. So I am trusting that. It's almost like you are being protected for a journey that's happening outside of our ability to perceive time. It's been a journey you've gone through that has caused you so much heartache, so much grief. And yet you processed that. You faced that. Because if you didn't, that space inside you wouldn't feel like a sanctuary. Interesting. You're arriving. I feel like this eagle here, it's so small, but it kind of towers over this card energetically. And I feel like you are growing something new, and Spirit is helping you. Old cycles, old timelines are falling away. I feel like you've got... Oh, interesting. We have the eagle here too. Interesting. Oh, okay. Queen of Swords. I'm seeing a small bird up in the back distance above her head. What I'm seeing is that this bird, this tiny little bird right up above her head, do you see it? Is the bald eagle. And I feel like the bald eagle is your higher intuition. It's your self. And that higher intuition, that ability to stop and pause and think and feel and breathe, to be in the present moment, is becoming sharper because of that. Excuse me. Yeah, you're speaking up. Your voice is you're being prepared. Yeah, you're being prepared for connections, for stability that is nourishing and will help you grow your garden. Interesting. We keep coming back to this garden analogy. Yeah. Something worth defending. I also feel like this card is kind of a representation of this kind of pulling back energy. Maybe you've been fighting for too long. Maybe you've been defending, batting off all of these things that could potentially cause confusion. And Spirit is asking you to just take a moment to rest. Yeah, stop trying to... Okay, this came out in reverse. Stop trying to push forward. I know you're excited about having your wings. I know you're excited about flying, seeing new heights, seeing new horizons, new possibilities. Don't stop that. But just hold on a second while we get you oriented. Just while we get you oriented. Gotta figure out where, gotta make sure we're moving in the right time. Oh, interesting. We have this again. So what is this about? What was this grief about? Why do we need to talk about this? Oh. Okay. All right. Spirit, lead me. Give me the correct words. You have been through something that made you question whether sanctuaries existed at all. Oh. You really questioned whether or not trusting yourself was even an option. Wow. And that gave you a lot of heartache. It made you competitive in the wrong spaces because you didn't understand who you were. Whew. Guys, let me show you this. I just want to show you these. The grief card again. What you've been through. Disempowerment. Fights. And I don't feel like this is a good fight. I feel like this is a brawl. And then you've been left staring at what's been ripped out from under your feet and grieving yet again. And maybe this is an old cycle that's breaking, because this processing is happening. Oh, wow. Okay. My lights just flickered. Interesting. Well, we're going to continue. We're not giving up. We're not stopping. Lights can all go out, and this message is still going to get to you. Because it was meant to come in today. It was meant to get to you exactly right now as you're listening to it. In whatever moment you are. Whether this is the day I posted it or 7 years from now. Yeah, you don't have to be so defensive in this place anymore. Spirit is urging you, encouraging you to take a step back from paranoia. You know your own experience. You know your own situation. However, you're being asked to slow down for a second. Come back to source. Come back to your source. Yeah, and make the choice. The lovers, the choice. Make the choice to be still a moment and to see. Do you see? Do you see me? Yeah. Where you've been wanting to... Sorry, it came out upside down, so here you go. Where you've not been able to sleep, you're going to be able to find rest. Real rest. I'm seeing like somebody going from being alone and up at night to somebody being kind of cradled in their partner's arms. That's a very sweet energy. Temperance. Yeah. This is an exercise in building temperance, I'm hearing. And it's important. You have these new wings. You have these new wings. Right now I'm seeing this as almost a continuation of the Sun card, of the character from the Sun card, that bouncing blonde baby. Excuse me. Some resistance today, but that's okay. You're getting this message. You've gotten your wings. You've taken many steps. You have learned how to pour into your own cup. Mastering your emotions, learning your emotions. You have found that source of fire. See that little triangle? That source of fire within you. Force, vitality, energy. You've understood there's a circle that actually looks like a little astrological symbol for the sun on their forehead, which is kind of why this reminds me of that figure. Their feet are in the water, and yet their mind is glowing and radiating outward. Remember how I said that grounding doesn't necessarily mean you have to come back to earth? Yes, it is good, but it coming back to yourself and your place on the earth. Where you stand. Are you standing on solid ground? Because this is an opportunity from Spirit saying like, hey, if you're not standing on solid ground, this is the opportunity to shift your footing. That's why we're slowing you down. Because on this path, ooh, interesting. I'm trying to remember what crowns mean in the tarot, but it actually isn't coming to me, so I'm going to run with what's coming to me instead. You are walking towards your own inner divinity. You are learning the path to your power. Ooh, and your ancestors are really, really thrilled about it. I'm going to be so honest. We're going to set this here. All right. I'm feeling a different deck of cards, Spirit. Which one do you want? Tarot of the Divine. Okay. Beautiful. Wow, I really didn't expect that we were going to be using so many decks, but I'm so excited that so many symbols and stories want to come through. Don't rush off from this place you're arriving in. It might not look like what you expect it to look like right off the hop, but you have to give it time for growth. Ooh, Four of Swords reversed. I believe that's Fenrir. From Norse mythology, I believe. Give me a moment. I want to double check that before I go off talking about it. Yes, okay, so it is Fenrir. And it's the World Eater, the end of the world. But it's in reverse, which is really exciting because right in here, it says healing. Healing. Being bound by something. I'm actually even picturing this wolf like being bound for its own safety so that they can remove the sword in his mouth. So that they can actually aid this being. Yeah, you're being asked to be... Oh, hold on. I keep flipping this round and round and round. There we go. Right there for you. Yeah, there's a type of strength in being still, and you're awakening to that realization. Old cycles are gone. You're already arrived in this new cycle. You've already been, like, you've been prepared. You've been prepared. You've been done prepared, you know? That doesn't mean the process is over, but you've arrived, so you need to hold on, take a second. Might not look like much, just sit down for a second. There we go. Take a perch for a moment. Are these both here? Yes, okay, interesting. Yeah, the Four of Cups. You might not see it yet. You don't see it yet, actually. What I love about this Four of Cups is that he's actually gratefully looking at his items, and sometimes that comes across as like being too obsessed with what you own, but I'm not getting that this time. This time I'm getting, he's looking at what he does have with gratitude, where he is with gratitude. And in a moment when the birds start singing, he's going to look at this fourth cup with gratitude. That's what I'm getting from this card. Beautiful. Birds, birds, birds everywhere. Birds have been speaking lately. Okay. Oh, yes. The Ace of Swords. Gorgeous. Oh, I'm almost seeing it gets taken out of you where it had hurt you and gets placed in your hand as your own weapon. Now, there is always, with the swords, you are picking up the Ace of Swords, and the sword is the truth. And so if you have the truth in your hand, you have the opportunity to move in a way that is for evil or for good, for the highest good of yourself and everyone around you, or to the detriment of others. Or even to the detriment of yourself, actually, I'm hearing. Yeah, interesting. Okay, picking up half the deck, weird. Yeah. You've been in this position where this power has made people weep. Interesting. Where the truth that you hold shares devastation. Yeah. King of Swords. Powerful. You are a powerful wielder of the truth. And that has caused some dis-ease in people before. Grief, even. It kept you set apart. It kept you apart, and you are not meant to be apart. You are meant to be integrated. Whole, chaotic, alive. One more card, please. Gorgeous, thank you. It's been hard for you to overcome this feeling of being set apart, maybe even. Maybe you've had people in your life who tried to make that sound like a good thing, being set apart from others, being set apart. Keep hearing that, set apart, set apart, set apart. And I don't think you're meant to be set apart. I know they meant it as a compliment. It wasn't. We are all one. And anything that divides us as people, be it by politics or by religion or by beliefs, no one is meant to be othered. Really, Spirit? Okay. Okay. All right. I'm hearing. Okay. Forgive me while I am taking a moment to prepare my words, because I'm getting the message, and please stick with me. I'm getting the message that being neurodivergent does not mean you're the next evolution of human. And the reason I'm being hesitant when I say that is because there is some nuance with that. I am neurodivergent, which is the only reason I even feel comfortable sharing that message. Your difference doesn't make you set apart. Your difference doesn't make you the next evolution. It doesn't make you better. It doesn't make you somehow set apart from the rest of each, the humans on Earth now, or even the humans that came tens of thousands of years ago. We have to stop seeing ourselves as so set apart. We are co-creators in this world with spirit and with other people. And just because some of those people have pushed you to the sidelines and tried to convince you that you are not a part, you are. You just need to take a moment to see your place within it. Whoa. Whew. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, I feel like I can move on now. Excuse me. Oof. Oof. Okay. Page of Coins. See how she's working with creatures, with beings, with spirit that is not manifested in the way that she looks? There is connection, there is wholeness. I want to read this card as well because I feel like there's something in here for us. Interesting. I'm used to the coins being at the back. Yep. Things are no longer going to be where you think you put them because you're in a new space. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to attempt to pronounce this once, but it is Swedish. It is Sami, so please bear with me if I do not nail the pronunciation. Bienvenida, a Sami deity. The Page of Coins welcomes the beginning of spring and summer, a fresh start, the end of darkness. Bienvenida represents hope, setting up solid foundations and mental wellness. She's grounded and anticipates the future. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm reminded with this story, specifically of a story, I believe it might actually be Sami, but it is a story, I believe, native to Sweden. And I will, as I did in a previous video, I will double check that and put any notes about it in the box below if you're interested. Make sure I get that information correct when I'm talking about other cultures. It reminds me of a story where in the winter, come the darkest days, people would put butter that they had churned from their animals, very fat, rich, nutritious, nutrient-dense sustenance. They would put it on their doors in the wintertime as part of their celebrations. But what I'm more being drawn to is this idea of if they saw that there was a door that did not have it, 45, 45, 45, 44, 45, 45, 9, 18, 9. Interesting. When people saw a door that did not have butter on it, they knew that that person needed a bit of extra light. And so they would go and be with them, bring them that light. Winter could be hard, and they understood that during hard, dark times, we as a community need to support each other. So maybe another part of what you're being asked is not just where you are, but where you're situated. What community is around you? Oh, interesting. Look at how we have this set up. I just saw this in the camera viewfinder. We have the ancestral trunks where you're perched, and then we have this place that you're arriving, extending up from it. You're adding your own story to the stories that have come before. Gorgeous. Okay, Spirit. Is there any other messages for this collective today watching? Okay, interesting. I'm feeling a little bit of resistance to closing down the reading just yet, so we're going to pull one more card. Yeah, I'm going to follow my intuition. We're going to pull one more card. One more, please. One last message for this wonderful group of people still here. Thank you. Why do I feel like there's another one? I don't know why. Got my own resistance. We're finding out. Yeah, you see, even I'm being asked to just take it down a notch. Okay. See? I'm learning too. It's all good. We're figuring this out together. Oh, gorgeous. Okay. So you know how I said you were building a garden? That you're being moved into this new place, stewarded while you get there. We have the 10 of water. A jungle. Look how alive that is. Look how much life it's supporting. Down to birds and frogs and bugs. So much life is going to be supported through the work that you do, through the place that you are in, through being still. Trust that stillness is part of the process. Stillness is part of the process. So while you are urged to be still, breathe. Pour into your own cup. Understand your capacity, your power to enact good and evil. Look at what's around you with gratitude so that when new comes in, you are practiced at that gratitude. Be still and allow Spirit to work within you. Spiritual surgery, I'm hearing. Just be still, be calm. Remember that you are not set apart from other humans. You are part of this human community, of this spirit community. Outside of, soul family, outside of all of these things, everyone You are no higher or lower than another. So honor yourself, honor them. You don't need to wait for an okay from outside of you. But you do need to be aware of the impact of your actions and choices. So don't panic, because that's exactly why you're being given a place to perch for a moment, so that you have the opportunity to move with grace, with wisdom, in a way that's co-creative, in a way that a tide lifts all boats. We're coming into a time where those who try to lift themselves up at others' expense are falling and hitting the ground hard. They're being exposed. And you're not being called to move in that same way. It might have worked in the past. It's not going to work anymore. When the outside lights go off, remember that you are a light, that you shine where you're put. You shine where you are planted. And your light nourishes others as their light nourishes you. So don't fear the pause. Don't fear the reflection. Don't fear your reflection. And don't reveal, interesting. Don't fear the reflection when others mirror back to you your own energy. Don't reveal, that's interesting. I want to come back to that, because don't reveal, we had all this energy of keeping safe, keeping quiet. If you feel led to just, stay off social media, to stay off, I know you're watching this on YouTube right now, but if you feel led to stay off of it, stay off. Allow spirit to lead you into a new kind of sanctuary. And you will be surprised what can grow there. 52. I was just going to say, I think we're all done here. And I think that's exactly the sign. So thank you so much for joining me this morning. I hope you've had a peaceful time here with me today. I hope that you find a little bit of perspective today. And that this space within you that you're healing, that your ancestors are so excited to see you grow. Know that there will come a time to share it and celebrate it. And that if it's worth something later, it's worth something now. Thank you for being with me today. I'm Auntie A. This has been Herald Hearth. Have a wonderful day.